welcome to this week's Game Buzz, the weekly podcast from Dealspone.com, where we dive kneecaps first into the week's news. I'm Matt Gordon, and I'm joined once again by Jonathan Lester.
Cap 'em and shank 'em.
Oh yes, and Carl Phillips.
Can we not dive in knees first? Because I quite like these jeans. I don't want to ruin
Get
them.
some pads, man.
And who's going to pay for them, right?
Pads.
Who's going to pay for them? You?
The news mill. Just make them out of the news. Carve them out of Shut up!
Of
Right,
grist.
let's just talk about games.
Knit them out of grist.
Right. Let's talk about games. Let's talk about, what are we going to kick this off with? Titanfall DLC. Yes, Titanfall got some DLC. It's a map pack.
Well, it's had some DLC announced, and what we know about it is that it will have three maps, and that's pretty much it.
Is it going to be free? It's not going to be free.
No.
No.
And lots of people have been saying, seriously now, we have concerns about Titanfall's longevity, and you're bringing us 3 maps per pack. Is that acceptable? I'd argue that it is, because they've announced the price, whereas most map packs retail for $11.99 or $15.99, this one's going to be nearer 7. So, the value's going to be okay, I guess, but I kind of feel I don't know about you guys, but I kind of feel like what Titanfall needs is modes,
Yes,
not maps.
Absolutely, more modes.
Because the maps are great. The maps are, in fact, probably, apart from the massive fucking robots, the maps are probably my favourite thing about Titanfall.
Not the free running.
Yeah, but
Or the
free
being
running
an
wouldn't be
awesome
any good.
pilot.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be any good if the maps were rubbish and one-dimensional. The free running would suck. It would be pointless.
That's
The
true.
maps themselves are amazing. They're huge. They're vertical. Every time I play, and I do play it pretty much on a daily basis, although Trials Fusion is out now, so those days are over.
Yep.
Every time I play on the new maps, I find a new little cubby hole or a place to grapple onto or a new shortcut or new really cool vertical ways to chain jumps together and abuse my opponents. It's brilliant. But man, does it need some more modes.
Yeah, Carl, have you been playing it lately?
No.
No, neither have I.
No.
And I was relatively confident that I'd be loving it into the summer, and I've just stopped playing it.
You've barely made it to Easter, Matt.
I know,
Bad
I've barely
Matt.
made it to, yes, I've barely made it to Easter because, I don't know, I kind of got bored and wandered off.
I think that's the problem. Had we... No, I don't want to say that you needed a single-player campaign, but had you had that, you would have at least had that to get through and have difficulty modes and various things like that. But, yeah, without the various modes, it's... Yeah, I question whether I would even be playing it in a month's time now. I know I'm not playing it now, but I can't see myself going back to it because there's no real sense of progression with the whole, unlocking everything and having the prestige modes that they've got in there. I don't know. There's just something that doesn't really grab me to keep playing.
You're
You see, that
absolutely right.
I get that point, but you see, I don't hugely care about that side of things. I can't really say, I'm still playing it. I pretty much would play it for between half an hour and an hour pretty much every day. It's my go-to game on the Xbox One right now, although the regen challenges are pissing me off for level 3. But I don't know. I can't really say this without sounding like a massive, obnoxious PC Master Race elitist, but I used to enjoy playing shooters before this whole ranks and unlocks thing was ever a thing. It was never important to me. When I was playing stuff like UT99 or Quake or whatever it was, I didn't really... What mattered to me was that I was enjoying the game, I was enjoying new maps, I was enjoying trying out all the situational weapons in new and interesting ways. Titanfall totally does that for me. Don't get me wrong, I love ranks. I like them, but I don't care when they're not there. But I know a lot of people do.
Yeah, I don't. This is it's not something that really draws me towards it. And like you say, I grew up playing through stuff like UT and Quake, and this is the thing. I would go back and play Return to Castle Wolfenstein. That was a team-based shooter that had the various maps, your various modes or whatever, and you didn't have progression. You had your set things, you did your set tasks, you had your abilities, and you just kept playing the same maps, and I found it that fun. Whereas this is again fun, it doesn't make me want to keep playing it.
And I'll tell you
continuously.
patronisingly why I think that is. Because Wolfenstein had a whole bunch of really kick-ass multiplayer modes.
Yep, that's
And it had the class system that allowed us to slot into a combat role and enjoy very, very notably different games every time we played.
Yes,
There was that whole, it had the whole objective system, didn't it?
Yep.
With the primary and secondary objectives. It had maps that really, the battle lines really shifted backwards and forwards through the map. It was really cool.
Yeah, I think
and I
the
think
added problem we've got with Titanfall as well is the fact that they've made Hardpoint just not worth it, which makes it seem like there's one less game mode.
They
compared
nerfed
to
the
rest
best game mode. Why the
Exactly.
fuck did they nerf the best game mode?
I mean,
Yeah,
the flag's all
Tactically
right.
diverse game mode.
Yeah,
You
capture the flag
idiots,
are quite like two-
Respawn.
They've tweaked it again slightly, but it does feel a bit like a glorified. It feels more like domination, like just regular domination now, really, with most players just able to run around and freelance a whole bunch. But that's the thing. I think what Titanfall needs right now is, more maps are okay. Obviously, we want more maps. Yeah, cool. We want those, but modes, guys. Like, Return to Castle Wolfenstein had awesome objective modes in great big maps. Titanfall's got great big maps.
Yep.
So can we have some awesome, like, randomly assigned objectives in these maps to do? Like anything from transporting something from A to B and then that completely changing, mixing up with something else, securing a point. Maybe I don't get me wrong, the limited player cap might make that sort of thing difficult,
Yeah,
but it
I mean,
wouldn't be impossible.
Yeah,
You
they
see
could have
this-
a thing where they could, like, the objectives break into the IMC headquarters and steal that all important flag because that's important for some reason,
Yeah.
and then take it back. Yeah, sorry, Matt, you were saying.
Well, it makes like we've seen this in other shooters, like objective-based stuff, bomb defusal stuff, getting infiltration stuff, freaking assault stuff. Like we've seen it in other shooters that have actually far less to shout about than Titanfall does, and they manage to make those modes seem interesting and diverse and give players a range of choice when they jump online. And Titanfall, it just hasn't done that.
Yeah, I mean, don't
It's
get me
fun.
wrong. I'm still personally loving it. I'm still personally enjoying it. Although, again, trials has happened, so
Yeah.
I'm afraid it's not going to be my go-to game anymore. But I feel like there needs to be like a kill the man with a ball / oddball / griffball kind of mode as well. I think that'll work quite well
Oh
with
my
everyone
god,
jumping
griff
around.
balls with Titans.
They'd
Yes.
have to balance it, bring the maps down.
Titan
a little bit,
refs.
but I think that'd be really. I think that could be really interesting, and some more modes that just make sense in canon. We're all soldiers fighting a war. Make us like the AI goes a long way towards making us feel like we're actually part of something bigger. But the game modes could be doing that a lot better too.
Do you know what? I'm going to play devil's advocate and say, like, I grew up with all those games that you guys mentioned, and I love progression. It's my jam. I really like it. I really like little cosmetic unlocks as well. I really like customizing everything that I absolutely can in most shooters. In lots of free-to-play shooters now, you can customize it well. In fact, that's how they've actually managed to leverage that pricing model into those games. But I love progression, and I like customization, and Titanfall has far too little of it. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
I mean, I don't really care. I think a lot of free-to-play games actually use customization instead of gameplay, but it's nice to do it. I love to do it. I love doing it at Halo 4.
Well, exactly. To take
And-
my favourite first-person shooter series, Halo, that has both.
Yeah,
It has
don't
the
get me wrong,
gameplay,
I've
it has the
preferred
modes, it has the
multiplayer.
progression, it has the
Yeah.
customization. You can do all of these things.
Yeah.
There's no
think-
excuse for not doing all of these things.
I mean, I don't know because I haven't necessarily looked into it, but I think another part of it is when you compare it to shooters of sort of like yesteryear, they had all of these sort of like community-based things. Like I used to spend a lot of time on the now defunct GameSpy Arcade. So you had all the browsers and you had the chat rooms all in one window, and you'd be like, so like getting to know people and forming clans and everything like that, and forming these rivalries and taking part in leagues and all of that sort of stuff. And with Halo, you've got sort of like Waypoint to kind of like bring people together and things like that. And of course, you had Bungie.net's poll system. But I haven't really seen anything like that for Titanfall. And the fact that they haven't got browsers as well doesn't help.
And more to the point, I mean, there's no point forming clans or anything because there's only 6 players per side.
Yeah.
So I think that's absolutely right. I think there's a whole combination of things holding it back. Don't get me wrong. Again, I just want to point out Still absolutely loving it.
Oh yeah,
Still
it's
love
good
to
fun when I
a whole bunch of
play,
you
but
guys.
yeah,
But
there's no draw.
I do think it lacks a few things. Would I love to see more customization? Well, yeah. I mean, it'd be nice to have it. The one thing I want more than anything is to visually customize Titans.
Oh god, yes.
Putting on new, as a fan of mech games, obviously I want to pimp out my Titan. Obviously.
Oh my god, I've got this
Come
great
on,
idea.
Come on, Titanfall 2, do that. What is it, Carl? Do it.
Great
Lay it
idea
on
for
us.
like DLC. They could sell this, and I'm sure everyone would pay for it, right? You know, you've got the Titanfall dash, right? Sorry, the Titan dash when you're in it and you press spacebar in it or dodge or whatever, and your Titan goes streaking over to one side, right? Imagine this: a DLC which changes it so that instead of just boosting over to the side, your Titanfall basically skids on its knees, and you hear this sort of like guitar shredding, wow, sort of thing, and it's just awesome. Have
And also a
fireworks going off in the
guitar
background.
weapon.
Yeah,
Like a massive
guitar
sonic weapon,
yes.
like a massive oversized one from Devil May Cry 2.
Yep.
Which is the only good
That.
thing about that game.
If EA were to do that, I would spend money. I would just yes.
Yeah,
that.
do you know what as well? Yeah, roll out a £10 DLC pack that brings down the lobby timers to like 45 seconds. I guarantee you'll make like 26 million pounds immediately. And yeah, don't get me wrong. I think I'd like to see a few little tweaks as well. I mean, it's easy to nitpick. I'd like to see maybe the kill time of the carbine drop down a little bit, and a few little bits here and there, and give us more points for sitting on our capture points. That'd be good. But otherwise, I think the main DLC that it needs, the one thing it really needs to deliver in DLC now, is Snoop Dogg. Am I right? Because all the cool kids are doing it.
You're not wrong.
I'm not wrong, am
You're
I?
not actually wrong.
No.
Because
Dog.
COD's doing it, and everyone likes to copy COD.
Absolutely. And I couldn't believe this. I thought this was like an overdue April Fool. But Call of Duty Ghosts, as their next DLC pack, are bringing out Snoop Dogg voiceovers. Official Snoop Dogg voiceovers. Hence my slightly strange and atypical intro. Every time you shoot someone, Snoop Dogg will say something insightful, like "cap 'em and shank 'em, dog," or like when you get an operative, he'll say like "homies on point" or something like that. Like I'm not joking. It's there in the trailer. I'm quoting. And doing my best to not do a terrible impression. I can't. I really thought that this was an April Fool that I missed.
Well, I think clearly Activision saw that Snoop Dogg getting involved with Rayman and were like, wow, that's a great idea. And so they were like, yeah, let's get him. Let's get him.
Well, that's the thing. Like this, Snoop Dogg kind of, I guess, I can kind of understand the connection to Call of Duty. It was the Rayman one that surprised me initially.
Yeah, but the thing is, Eminem has the connection with Call of Duty.
Yeah, but he's got a connection to Snoop.
Not like
they all collaborated with Dre back in the day.
Oh, Dre, yeah.
You forgot about Dre again, didn't you? You did.
Yeah, I did.
You
I
did.
forgot about
God damn it, John.
You got to stop forgetting about Dre.
Well, he should just be a bit more memorable, really, shouldn't he?
You
should
should
have a
rap
hook.
more.
Yeah,
Instead
if he
of
did that, I
making
might
fucking
remember him.
overpriced headphones. Yeah, Dre, you dick. Anyway, yeah, Snoop Dogg.
Oh, we're not getting sent any beats now.
Yeah. Damn it, Matt. So sorry, Dr. Dre. So sorry.
Sorry to forget about you.
Sorry, doctor.
Sorry.
He's got a
So, yeah,
prescription
Snoop
for you. Yeah, What?
I think it's kind of me. A part of me thinks that it's absolute genius and that it'll be really funny. A part of me wants to see what else could come of this because, yeah, they should put Dre in it and definitely Eminem in it. And, some people have pointed out on site, like, a series that once used to pride itself on historical authenticity and the horrors of war and, like, glorifying the real people involved now has voiceovers from Snoop Dogg. That's kind of interesting and ironic and desperately depressing.
Yeah, I'm going with the last one. Also, shouldn't it be Snoop Lion?
Snoop Lion.
It should be Snoop Lion's voice pack, right? Because
yeah, maybe the attack dog. Maybe the attack dogs could actually turn into Snoop Dogg.
Oh my God, attack dogs with a double
Attack
G.
Snoops.
Yes,
Yep.
attack dogs. Attack doggy
right,
dogs.
what? Obviously. I also like the fact that he said Call of Duty Ghosts is the coolest game in the hood. All my homies play this game. I'm not sure why he's admitting that all of his homies are 13-year-old white kids, but, I just, there's that. A kid, of course.
I can't, I'm not, yeah. think this is the final nail in the Call of Duty once used to actually be relevant and awesome part
Yeah, so
of my
that
life,
shot
and
looks-
let's
that
just
shot
embrace
looks
the
really tiny.
ridiculousness.
Yeah,
let's
that
just
shot
embrace,
looks really
embrace
tiny
it.
down there.
Yeah.
The apex of this massive jump.
Let's yeah. Let's just embrace it. Call of Duty is this is what Call of Duty is now, and that's all right. Fucking Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, so okay, so like bringing this full circle in, I mean, like Titanfall obviously has to follow suit, right? I mean, this is patently obvious. Who do we want to voice?
No. But that's the thing. Yeah, they can't get Snoop Dogg. They have to get someone else.
Exactly, that's my point. Exactly. Well, no,
It has
they
to be
don't.
East
Snoop-
Coast. It has to be like
Snoop will do
NAS. It should be NAS.
Snoop was in freaking Tekken.
Yeah,
Right.
but EA versus Activision, like COD versus Titanfall, it has to be someone from the East Coast. It has to be someone like Nas or Biggie
Or Westwood.
or fucking no Jay-Z. Not
I say
Westwood.
Westwood.
Oh,
No,
Westwood,
God,
yes.
no. No.
I also want when they bring in the Titanfall, the Titan customization. Sorry, I want fucking voiceovers from Mad Mike more than anything. An exhibit, definitely,
Oh,
and or Westwood
God.
for the UK version.
Pimp your ride, basically.
I do not want a vicar's son doing the voiceover for fucking Titanfall.
Or do
Get with but yeah, Matt, get with the times. It's what the people want.
don't get me wrong.
I don't think the people want Westwood.
I think
I
they-
really,
don't- Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'd also like a voiceover from it, like either Ian Glenn or like Jeffrey Combs as well.
Brian
Ooh,
Blessed.
yeah.
But only because Brian Blessed's been overexposed recently.
Oh my
so-
no! But to be fair, like just imagine just go prepare for Titanfall. It's just-
Titans alive.
yeah, it'd be great.
It'd be
Titans
better if
Online!
it was voiceovers.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah. Have you got your AR cards yet? No, Brian. No one knows where their PS Vita AR cards are. Get your PS Vita AR cards out now! No! Damn you, Brian. Always Brian. Always there at my lowest moments to rub it in. Damn him. But that's a story for another time.
That's pretty
Yeah.
dark. That's right.
But yeah, I definitely want Jeffrey Combs in there because like he should be everything, and he pretty much is.
Yeah, pretty much all the good stuff.
Yeah, all the good stuff. He's in Reanimator in the Secret World, and they're two of my favourite things.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, and Deep Space Nine, obviously.
Well, yeah, of course.
So
of
that's the
course,
holy
of
trinity right there.
course. Right. Anyway, yes, we should probably talk about some other news.
Yeah.
I want to touch on Marty O'Donnell leaving Bungie this week.
Yeah, that
Boo.
yeah, that.
It happened, yeah. Because this one, this even more so than the Amy Hennig leaving Naughty Dog thing. This was a bit suspect.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we first heard about it because Marty O'Donnell tweeted, "Yes, I've been basically removed without cause." Was it? I think
Yeah, without cause.
without cause was the quote.
Terminated
without cause. Back on the 11th of April, and then of course Bungie come out with this whole thing saying, "Oh, it's been great having him on board," and
We're super
you know,
friends.
yes, we're super friends.
Two friends after we terminated.
Bungie
him.
friends!
Terminator friends.
Terminated
Consider yourself
friends.
terminated, friend.
Terminated.
Sorry, oh man.
But yeah, so
But-
a lot of mixed signals right
He should
now.
have said, "I'll be back." Right?
Ooh, yeah,
Because he's going to end up somewhere. Like he's not going to be out of a gig for long.
Oh no, not at all. Someone will snap him up.
Well, that's the thing. Like the commenters immediately got in there and started going 343, do it.
Well, yeah, obviously.
The problem is though, like I think the thing is, on the one hand, obviously Bungie shouldn't have fired him. He's been with Bungie for like pretty much since the beginning. He's been an integral part of Bungie. His music made Halo. Well, no, I mean the outstanding level design and brilliant gameplay made Halo, but his music was the cherry on that cake. It made Halo the fucking.
It elevated it.
It did. It turned it into that enduring, awesome, great memories that we have now.
Like 4
Powered
notes.
by that music.
Four notes are all it takes to just root
Yeah.
me back there. Like I can hear it now. Yeah.
Or bum bum bum.
Bum bum bum. And then warthogs, and then you fucking race into the. Oh god, I'm gonna play it right now.
Like,
Bum, bum,
The hell was that long? Don't worry, I'm not going to go into a massive weird segue again about that. Don't worry, that was so 2011. But
yeah, I mean, it's we're talking.
Amazing.
Getting back onto the topic.
Yeah,
right? It's not necessarily. Well, it seems strange when you think about the fact that he was an in-house composer. I mean, very few studios have that these days. I mean, the only one that I can think of off the top of my head is Carbine with Wildstar with Jeff Kernbacher. I can't think of any other studio that really has an in-house one. I mean, look at Jeremy Soule. I mean, he's freelance and does things for pretty much everybody, although it's, you could argue it's basically the same soundtrack. But yeah, I mean, most of the time it's all freelance, and it could be that Bungie and or Activision have said, yeah, we just got to, cut some costs somewhere, and yeah, we could really do good things with your studio space. So bye.
Yeah, you're not wrong, and that's kind of the way musicians do business now. I mean, it's all contractual work. It's all come in, do the music for us, kind of job done. You're paid specifically for that soundtrack, and then maybe we'll get you back for the next one. Like that's how, Soul makes a living, and Wintery makes a living, and they make a good living, and they make great music. And I'm sure Marty could do the same thing. I mean, he's going to be in demand if he decides to go down that route.
Absolutely.
But the one problem I have is I really want 343 to hire him on, but seeing as Halo 5 is probably in development, it does kind of strike me that maybe they've got someone else.
Yeah, and I mean, like, Davidge, the score for Halo 4 isn't bad.
No, it's really atmospheric.
It's
and
really atmospheric, and
It fits it, but I can't remember a damn tune.
No, and to be honest, like part of that is down to the fact that it sits so low in the mix. Like, whoever's actually this is the thing. Like, when Marty was doing Halo, they had him having the last word on every single bit of sound design. That's why he was in house. It showed because he had the last word on everything. In terms of that sort of sound experience, that oral experience, and there's a disconnect because the sound design in Halo 4 is fucking amazing, but the mix is all over the place.
Yeah.
And the soundtrack just sits at the really low end and is never gives you that Halo rush that you get when you come over the crest of the fucking hill and they're fucking Flood and Covenant fighting and you hear those 4 notes and you just jizz your pants because it's that epic.
Yeah, for sure. Well, when you're in 2 betrayals and suddenly the big the big 3-way battle start and the snowscape opens up and you get this really haunting Covenant dance come on. Or when you're at the base of the Silent Cartographer and a Covenant kill team deploys and you have to fight your way up the structure and Rock Anthem for Playing the World starts crunching out. The music helped really define those moments. I still remember those moments. I played Combat Evolved over a decade ago. And I still remember these fantastic moments. And Halo 4 had none of that.
No.
And it's embarrassing that XCOM had a better theme than Halo. XCOM, a strategy reboot by Firaxis.
It had better menu music.
Its menu music, its deployment music would have been a kick-ass Halo 4 theme. I'm just putting it out there.
It would have.
Fucking drums everywhere. Where were the drums in Halo 4, Davidge?
Yep.
Where were the drums?
They're in there. Like, if you listen to the album, you can hear it, but it doesn't make a difference because it's buried in the middle of whatever the sound engineer did for that game. It's not. It should be there filling my ears.
Yeah, so Halo, fire whoever you've got now and renege on buy yourself out of the contracts you got and just get Marty back to do it if he's up for it. Because you never know. Right now he might be thinking, I could walk back into Halo, but I'm not sure I want to. I was involved with that franchise for so long.
Yeah.
I want to do something new. You never know.
I don't know. You might have an interesting theme for the Forerunners. Getting there, for those stupid little dog things that always used to attack you.
Skags.
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 Mechanical skags.
Mechanical skags.
The thing is, at the end of Halo 4, you have Never Forget, the sort of the lament from Halo 3, and you just when I was reviewing, I got to the end of the game and I was just like, well, if you fucking use that, why on earth Couldn't you have just incorporated one or two themes here and there just to, like, kind of send a shiver down my spine at some point? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on!
Hell, something really rousing for that, like, space fighter run would have been awesome.
Man, yeah, the Death Star Trench run that went nowhere. Fucking...
Yeah,
What?
or like go to the PCs that you have and press Control-C on the fucking sound files from any of the Halo games, apart from Breaking Benjamin, and then
there is a risk of that. There is a risk.
I think I quite like that song, but man, I don't know why. I do not know why it was in Halo 2. Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah.
But you've got the unfortunate thing that they might not get the last word of the song title in there.
Oh no, I've just realised.
The away is very important.
They've employed Snoop Dogg, haven't they?
Oh no.
Obviously, that's what they've done.
No.
Everyone's doing it now. All FPS developers are terrified of falling behind the trend, of falling behind Call of Duty. Obviously, they're doing that. He's probably even going to be a character.
Or if you've not got that much money, just like get someone like, I don't know, Kesha.
Oh god. Right, no. Right, stop. Stop. That's not happening. Do you know what is happening? Alpha Centauri 2!
Well,
I mean Civilization Beyond Earth. Not Alpha Centauri 2, but basically Alpha Centauri 2.
Yeah, I was super excited until I saw the screenshots, which looked an awful lot like they'd got Civilization 5 and palette swapped some sci-fi looking units into it.
It does look a bit like that, doesn't it?
It does look a bit like that, but we don't really know. We don't really know.
Not a lot of information at all.
Still super excited, because I'm so ready for a decent sci-fi 4X game. I mean, don't get me wrong, The Last Federation is super amazing, and like nothing I've ever played before, but I need a big, fat, big budget one. I'm weak. I need one. Right, I've been needing one ever since I played Endless Space to death. Yeah. Like I need, like the thing is, there are so many Space 4X games out now. Like especially in early access.
Yeah.
Early access just blew it wide open, and also Iceberg Interactive decided to fund about 19,000 of them, and yet they haven't been very good.
Like, I think that's the thing. Yeah, like I didn't really get that into Endless Space or like Sins of a Solar Empire, but we've seen what Zero Access can do with with the XCOM series. So yeah, as long as they can tidy up some of the annoying little aggravating things that were in Civ 5, and like there's this talk of being like different planets and things like that, and if they can pull it off, then great. I think I'm currently in the sort of like cautiously optimistic side of things towards Beyond Earth.
Yeah. See, the thing is though, it very much does seem like it's because I want an actual successor to Alpha Centauri, really.
Well, yeah.
But it does look. The screenshot suggested it's going to be a lot closer to Civilization.
Yeah, we've only seen like that few sort of things of sort of like look, there's a colony pod thing, and yes, lots.
Yeah, but what I really want is a blend of Masters of Orion and Alpha Centauri, so I can have the micro and the macro level. It would be intensely confusing, incredibly overwhelming, and I'd play the shit out of it.
Yeah, that's what what I've gotten. That's basically what I got from what was the little information we had, that it was basically going to be a mix of those two. But of course, until they actually show us some gameplay, then yeah, we're going to be sort of like fumbling in the dark and just going, yeah, well, we don't know that much. But you know it's coming out later this year, so
yeah, I'm up for it. I'm game. And you know what? Like, until then, we've got some really awesome fantasy 4X games to tide us over. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you say you want that, John, but actually, that article proved one thing above all else: that what you actually want is John Carmack in a sandwich.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's true. Yep.
That is my dream game.
The John Carmack sandwich
hero,
simulator.
John Carmack's sexy adventure.
Sexy adventure. I think.
Sorry, I didn't actually mean to say sexy. That was a misprint.
A Kojima misprint.
It meant to say erotic. Actually, meant to say etchy. Or like, sorry, I meant hero. Hero was the word I was looking for. John Carmack.
I can be your hero, baby.
Yeah. It'd be like
I'm so
virtual
sorry.
reality sandwich eating, and also John Carmack would be there, all like ripped and oiled and shit,
What? No.
like salad oil and shit, like fucking salad dressing. He'd be there like dressing the salad with the sandwich, like tossing the salad. What?
Stop! Carl!
What?
Carl!
Don't bring
You're
me
making
into
it
your
weird. You're
salad
making
tossing.
Don't you make it weird, Matt. This is my team. Don't you make it weird.
You sit there and watch him toss that salad.
Just in full immersion
I
VR.
I don't want to.
You can't
There's no
escape.
escaping it.
There's no escaping the immersion.
Don't Oculus that salad.
Motion sickness from salad tossing.
Or
My
salad,
God,
scrambled eggs.
what a
man.
time to be alive!
Oh God! Right, let's wrap this up before stuff gets more weird. Before we go, winners and losers of the week. Losers of the week this week.
Ooh, losers of the week. I want to say maybe Traveller's Tales, because The Hobbit was kind of underwhelming, and they really shouldn't have released it until the trilogy was done, and it was full of bugs, and they're cranking out the sequels far too quickly.
Yeah, I think
Probably that's a fair
Lego.
shout.
Lego is a pretty Traveller's Tales and those Lego games. They need to have a break. They need to have a holiday.
Yeah.
Maybe, as one of our regulars commented, perhaps do something different for a bit.
But I think we're going to have to go with Marty O'Donnell, aren't we? Or I guess Bungie.
Yeah, because Bungie are the ones copping some flack for this, as if like they've done something wrong here. And like I said in my article, like like Destiny's probably fairly close to completion right now.
Yep.
So like that, it makes sense. I do think, like, considering the amount of work he's done for it, it's a weird way to go.
It's a really sad way to go.
Yeah,
I mean,
fireworks.
they owe him
at
so
least,
they owe
and
him
that.
so much.
They owe him so much. Yeah,
So
that's a fair shout.
There might be another one.
Oh God,
called
no!
Losers of the Week. No,
Triple
there might be.
misery.
And it's Steam libraries everywhere.
Oh God.
Seeing as like 37% of all purchased Steam games have never been played. That's just a little sad. Really, all those games
All
just
this
waiting for
languishing.
your attention. Just
All those little
maybe.
bundle pack-ins
maybe.
you didn't want because you only wanted that one game in the bundle. You
Yep,
only
yep.
wanted Bastion, really.
Yep.
but then you got all the other stuff too. So yeah, I think we got three pretty good shouts there. I'm going to suggest that maybe I think Bungie's going to come out on top a little bit. Yeah.
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 Right. Let's have a winner then. We need at least one, possibly three winners of the week.
Well, I think Sony's absolutely properly crushed it this week.
Crusted it.
They've crusted it.
They've
They've
crusted
encrusted
it.
with filthy lucre, because they've announced that they've sold now in like a handful of months. They've sold 7 million
Yeah.
PS4s. What? Okay.
That's
That's
massive.
I mean,
right.
obviously
Yeah,
they deserve to.
right.
Like, they deserve to. Their marketing was spot on. The machine is great. It needs more games, but like the machine is great. The message was consistent. It looks the business. Fair play to you, Sony. That was a great effort. And more to the point, on the Vita side of things, Sony Japan Studio have announced a bunch of really exciting looking games are coming out of Japan and coming to Europe this year. Stuff
Hooray!
like Freedom Wars,
Woo!
which looks like it's going to be the Vita's headline act this year. Like 8-player action RPG that looks like a faster, slicker sci-fi cyberpunk Monster Hunter.
That sounds awesome.
That's a thing we want. That's totally a thing we want.
I mean, I want Tom with Actually Life more.
Oh yeah, well yeah, or like equally.
Yeah.
My body is ready.
but yeah, like no, that is awesome. And to think, like, before this console generation, people were saying, "Oh, consoles are dead. Oh my God, who needs consoles anymore?" And Sony just comes out, spanks it out the park, sells more than they ever have in this space of time, and just absolutely rocks it.
Yep.
And yes, handhelds. Oh God, this year's looking good for handhelds.
Yeah.
Both of them, awesomely. Yes. So yeah, that's a pretty good shout.
I think so.
Also, we win because we're stuffing our face with chocolate because it's Easter weekend. Yay!
Yay!
Nom 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 blah 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 blah. So I'm gonna go off and eat some chocolate. Yeah. Thank you very much for listening, guys. Hope you have a wonderful Easter weekend. And until next time, bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.